Welcome back, Wogglers. Today we're going to do a deep dive on a layout rules in your CRM. Now, a layout rule is basically a little rule that you can set that will hide or show fields, sections, or make fields mandatory depending on the values in another field. Let me explain. So let's take a deal, for example. When you create a deal, you have two different types of deals for your business. You've got new business deals and existing business deals. Based off of the decision that is made for that field, you need to fill out or need to be able to see different sets of fields based off of that. So let's take an example. If it was a new business deal, you have a section that is the new business onboarding. There's a couple of fields, there's some values and information that you need to have for a new business deal to onboard them into your company. Whereas if it's an existing business, there is still information that you need to have, but it's different than the new business deals. So you could see all of those fields all at the same time, no matter what, on your record, but that could get confusing for your team, and it just kind of muddies up the picture when you're looking at records in the CRM. So let's create a layout rule so that it'll clean that up a little bit. The first thing you're going to do is go to your setup gear in the top right corner, and then under customization, modules and fields. From here, we're going to go to the module that we'd like to create this layout rule for, and for us it's deals. So if you hover over it, you can see that we can go to the layout, or you can just click on deals. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go to layout rules. We're going to create our first rule. We'll click on the new layout rule button, and we're going to name this one type of business. All right, we could put in a description, so hide, show fields based off type. So you don't need to put something in the description, but it's nice to remember what you did 4 or 5 years ago. All right, so the primary field that controls the rule. Now that is the field that you want to choose based off of whatever value is in that field. That is going to state what should be shown or hidden. So for this, we're going to use the type field. All right, so if the type field, we'll say, is not empty, we could do that. Or you could just say, you could start it off with, if the type field is existing business. So we'll start with existing business. All right, so if the type field is existing business, then what we can do in this situation is we can show fields, show sections, or set mandatory fields. So for us, we have all of our existing business. We've got all of our existing business fields in with section. So we're gonna go ahead and show the section existing business. And we'll go ahead and save that. Now, what's great about this is we can use this also to choose a second option. We'll say if the type is new business. So now we can set slightly different rules if it's new business. So we'll go ahead and say we'll show the section of new business onboarding. And we'll save that. Now, what about if your new business, not only do you want to see those fields, but you really need to set the budget field specifically. So we can trigger a second action and set a mandatory field. All right, so we'll say that if the deal type is set to new business, it will show the new business onboarding section and all the fields in that section, and will also make it so that budget is a mandatory field. All right, so we don't have to hit save in this particular instance. This saves automatically in real time. So let's go back to our deals and check it out. All right, so we'll go back to the deal we were looking at earlier. And we can see now that because the type is new business, I don't see the existing business section anymore. I can only see the new business onboarding. If I were to go in and try and edit this deal and say the next step is to call the point of contact and then go to save, it's going to require me to fill out that budget field because we set it as mandatory as long as the type is new business. And say, oh, okay, this one, they've got a pretty big budget, so we'll save that. All right, and that is how layout rules work. We'll see you next time. Woggle woggle.